It's one of Montana's busiest streets, but it's also becoming one of Montana's deadliest as rising traffic and rising accidents are creating a problem state and local officials believe has a solution. For 3 years now, engineers with the Montana Department of Transportation, the Missoula Metropolitan Planning Organization, and the City of Missoula, plus user groups, have been developing what's called the Reserve Street Safety Action Plan. It's a comprehensive document which aims to identify changes, small and large, that could improve safety for not just cars but all users of the long corridor between the Brooks and Reserve intersection up to Interstate 90. A big part of the effort has been focused on compiling actual crash data.
We're at that stage where we've done a lot of analysis on the corridor. We sort of understand what the crashes are, where they're occurring, why they're occurring. We have our first round of public engagement that we went through where people told us sort of their initial thoughts on Reserve Street. And so we're trying to pull all that information together and identify like what are some strategies we could do to help start to solve those problems. We're kind of at that phase of we're exploring different options for how to solve those problems and getting feedback on what people think about that. Do they see any issues? Are we missing something? Things that we need to consider as we come up with our actual recommendations for what we think will come out of the plan.
And the data is illuminating, especially when it comes to the number and severity of the crashes. Well over 1,600 in the 4-year period from 2019 through 2023, including 3 fatalities and more than 60 with serious injuries.
We always knew there were a lot of crashes on Reserve Street. We get a lot of traffic, so it's our busiest corridor, busiest place for crashes. There were some surprising things like the number of rear end crashes that were leading to severe injuries. Usually when we see rear ends, it damages the car. People might be banged up a little bit, but you can walk away, sore for a day or two. But we're seeing more of those severe crashes where somebody might actually have like real medical issues after that. Maybe they were taken away in an ambulance or they have longer term issues coming out of it. So that's really concerning.
At open houses this week, engineers discussed the initial ideas, things like improved walkways and crossings, better separation between vehicles and walkers and bike riders, how to improve access and safety for those with limited mobility, and big projects like fixing several uncontrolled intersections where there's nothing more than a stop sign.
While there's a possibility of making some efficiency improvements to this busy corridor as these projects are rolled out, the main objective is to improve safety.
This really isn't a traffic improvement project. We're really more interested in how do we save lives and money and prevent crashes. But at the same time, we can look at, we've got some congestion here. Maybe that's contributing to crashes, or hey, if we make this improvement, it'll help the safety problem, but it will also facilitate the traffic.
The workshops mark the next phase of the project. There will be more chances to comment, including on the Engage Missoula website. A plan should be final by the end of the year.
And then we move immediately into where does the money come from? What are the first projects we can do? Ideally, we come up with some recommendations that are quick, easy things to do. Like, hey, what's some low-hanging fruit that we can make an improvement, do it quickly, efficiently. Start there while we're also looking for money for these bigger picture. So there's no real time frame, but generally if you have a good plan and a good vision for what you want to accomplish and why you want to do it, it becomes easier to get those things funded.
In Missoula, Dennis Bragg, Montana News Now.